We've all heard of games getting into a bit of controversy, especially these days. In fact, it's so common these days that it feels weird if a game doesn't go through an absolute train wreck of a mess in the development of the game. Now, above many of the games that have gotten controversy or faced complaints or problems in development or from the audience would be Hogwarts Legacy. I don't think there are many games that this game can compare to when it comes to the amount of just genuine, utter mess that happened to this game and around this game. What Avalanche Software was, I would highly guess, was counting on being a blessing, only turned out to be maybe a curse. And a curse that brought so much controversy to this game that it shocks, I don't know, even CD Projekt Red, Ubisoft, and BioWare at this point. Who would have known that being attached to the world of Harry Potter would have brought so many challenges? Challenges that this game not only pushed through, but overcame. Hogwarts Legacy has gone on to sell over 22 million copies worldwide. That's impressive when you take into account that Elden Ring, one of the biggest games of the, century, sold 23 million copies in 2 years. Now that's amazing, guys. These are staggering, impressive, just glamorous numbers, but how did this game do it? Genuinely, how did this game push through controversy that would instantly sign a death wish and a death sentence on most of the games being produced these days? Not only that, but push through and make records, even challenging Elden Ring. How did Hogwarts Legacy do it? This is Hogwarts Legacy 2 years later. And also, guys, Voldemort just I know I said his name, but he called me and told you guys to check out the pinned comment down below, and also check out my new Twitter account, or X, whatever. My @ is on screen right now. In 2017, Avalanche Software got together and they started making Hogwarts Legacy. The development was slow at first, but it started all the way back in 2017. It was in 2018, a year later, that we finally got some leaked footage. Now it looked amazing. This game could be amazing, and guys, just the general concept of a Harry Potter game was amazing. We've had a couple other games before, some were amazing, some were not as amazing, but still pretty good. But this seemed to be different. And to say a lot of people were looking forward to it would be an understatement. This was a Harry Potter RPG. This is amazing. And all of this amazingness was probably exactly what Avalanche Studios was counting on. Pretty much everyone loves Harry Potter. Pretty much everyone loves RPGs, and when you mix the two, you get something amazing. Well, in 2019, J.K. Rowling started talking about the whole trans stuff, which I'm sure you guys know, so I'm not going to get too into detail on it, and this significantly affected the development of the game. Though in no way was J.K. Rowling involved with the development or the beginning of making this game, it was still tied to the Harry Potter universe. All of a sudden, in the snap of a finger, the glory, the blessing that was the Harry Potter universe and the Harry Potter name that was to this game and brought it so much attention and excitement just from the beginning, had just been flipped on its head and was now a curse. Well, because of J.K. Rowling's comments, which, a side note, don't trust anything anybody says. I say do the research for yourself. Genuinely dig into what's going on. Genuinely dig into everything. Just look for information. But that's my own thing. With the newfound attention, we'll call it, that Avalanche Studios, still in development but well underway, Hogwarts Legacy, got, a lot of it was bad. There was so much controversy that started springing up around this game. There was an all-out war on the internet over this game. Anybody who was excited for it was basically harassed. Anybody who wasn't for it was already standing with a whole bunch of different boycotts against the game. This was a video game, still under development, that was caught in the middle of a storm, in the middle of no man's land in a World War battlefield. There were many times that Avalanche came out and said, guys, this game isn't attached to J.K. Rowling or anything she says or believes, can you just give us a shot? But that was not enough for a lot of people because it was still tied to the Harry Potter universe. Well, as the release date drew closer in February of 2023, only more boycotts started springing up, and these guys were hitting hard at the game. Do not buy the game, do not play the game, do not support this game, do not support this company, leave them alone, don't do anything. It was basically a political war over a video game. It's crazy, and these guys weren't even involved in it. They even came out and said, again, multiple times, we're not involved with anything that she's saying or anything that's going on right now. But when the game did finally release, something big happened. It was huge. Everyone was playing this game. Now, of course, not everyone, because again, the petitions and boycotts were a real thing, so not everyone was playing it, but it was huge. This game did amazing. Millions of copies sold. Now, I will talk about a few things. The game is amazing. It lacks in some parts. It is kind of repetitive in some sense. It is kind of... I'll talk about it in a second. But the game was amazing. The gameplay was amazing, all of it. It does lack consequences, I guess you could say, for, you know, big actions. You can go around killing NPCs with, like, the curses, which are, like, big in the Harry Potter world. Don't use the curses. You can kill them with curses. And, like, Vada Kedavra, I forget what it's called, I'm sorry guys, I'm very sorry. You can kill them with curses and stuff, and get away with it, and just walk into class, I don't know, like, right after killing a family, and then just, you know, study up on herbs and potions and dark arts teachers and stuff like that, whatever. So it is kind of, there. Some parts, the game is kind of repetitive, and the bad part about that is that the game relies and kind of forces you into these repetitive parts of the game. Like the whole Merlin trials thing is kind of annoying. And I will say that the main bad guy was kind of weak, just in the idea that there's so many points, though he plays a big role in the story and the battles and stuff like that. There are too many points where you just go extended periods of time without hearing about him or knowing about him, whatever. It's just kind of But on the other hand, guys, Hogwarts Legacy is at its core an RPG. It is a role-playing game, and it is amazing. It is exactly what we are looking for as gamers. We want something where it's a game. It's amazing. It's not a message. It's not a message disguised as a video game. It is an immersive. It is a bright. It is an adventurous. There's so... Okay, I'll get to the freedom in a sec. Oh my god, I'm getting excited again. This game is amazing. It is at its core an RPG and everything that we are looking for. There's no messages in it. Now, of course, they did put like a trans, I think it is the first it's the first confirmed trans person in the entire Harry Potter universe as like a bartender in the game. I'm still kind of like 110% sure that was Avalanche Software saying, guys, look, you know, the whole J.K. Rowling thing, we're so not associated with her. Just please buy our game and let us do well. Right? I mean, come on guys, it's obvious. Even then, that character wasn't handled in a way that was Dragon Age Veilguard. It is an adventurous, it is a bright story, it is a bright world, it is an amazing place. Harry Potter is a fantastic and magical world. Now we get to experience it and adventure in it in Hogwarts Legacy with just so much freedom. Guys, you can customize like your room, you can customize like Hogwarts alone is like a huge building that you get to explore, and there's so many little things that are happening all... Yeah, it's really good. It's like, it's so well done. This game is amazing. It is amazing. And because it was amazing, guys, because it was a, do I dare say, great game, it did well. It did very well. 22 million copies sold. Though it went through crazy controversy, though it went through more controversy than games and companies out there have ever experienced and will ever experience, though this has set records in some cases, being in the heat of being attached to one of the biggest and most well-known worldwide series ever, and also one of the hottest topics in the US at the time and definitely now as well. This game was caught in the middle, like no man's land in World War II, World War I. It doesn't cut it. This is I don't know, in no man's land in a Star Wars battle. Is that worse? I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out. This game was literally standing between Harry Potter and Voldemort's green laser beams at the end, green and red or orange laser beams at the end of the 7th, 8th movie, whatever. Guys, but it made it. 22 million copies sold. I will again remind you, Elden Ring, 23 million copies sold. This, it did it. It still pulled through. And as many of you might be saying or even typed and left in the comments, but PGG, it was attached to Harry Potter, so of course it's going to do well. Again, that was a blessing and a curse. It definitely started out as a blessing when the excitement started ramping out, when in 2018 leaked information and gameplay was leaked or shown. Well, shoot, I already said that, dang it. But it quickly turned into a curse, and the very reason that this game was going through so much controversy. If Hogwarts Legacy was Pig Freckle School. Whoa. If this game was called Pig Freckle Studio, it wouldn't go through what it did. It would not, because because the Harry Potter universe was a blessing at first and then became a curse that brought so much controversy to it. That doesn't mean that it necessarily stayed a curse, because there were still people who were able to look past all the controversy and all the loud noise and say, I love Harry Potter and I love that world. I want to play a game that's set in that world and does being set in that world very well. 22 million copies sold. I mean, do I have to say it again? So just to clear that up, no, it wasn't just because it was part of the Harry Potter universe. Now, I also want to give you a bigger example, because this is a very big point. I've gotten a lot of comments recently on some of my videos saying that me and the people who express their concerns for upcoming games are the ones that actually ruin them. Now, besides the point that that's not really the most intelligent thing I've heard ever in my life, because just because I say it smells bad outside doesn't mean it smells bad outside because I said it smells bad outside. Try saying that 7 times fast. Me expressing my concerns on Dragon Age Veilguard and BioWare's future as a whole in my video didn't ruin Dragon Age Veilguard or BioWare, because it was just a bad game. It didn't do well because it was just a bad game. In fact, it wasn't a game, it was just a message written all over in every cutscene, and oh my god, get it away. It smells bad. It smells bad now. Do I dare say that the Dragon Age universe and world is something that has lived with people and has helped people grow up and has been played by people? Hundreds upon thousands, if not millions of hours of gameplay has been invested into these games and is loved and has gone through so much less controversy than the Harry Potter universe or anything like that. Yet that wasn't able to save Dragon Age Veilguard. The blessing of being attached to the Dragon Age world. Guys, that's BioWare's like second biggest thing. There's Mass Effect and then there's Dragon Age. Dragon Age didn't save Veilguard. Veilguard just sucks, so it didn't do well. Hogwarts Legacy is a great game, so even though it was caught in the middle of no man's land in a battlefield, it still did well, because it was a great game. I hope you see my point. Again, as I talk a lot on my Twitter account about, people who play games aren't spending money on and time on video games just to have different political messages and agendas thrown at us and forced down our throats every 4 seconds of gameplay. Every time we walk past a character, every time we see someone, every time we use a certain thing. No, we're not playing games or buying games for that. Goodness gracious. Games are an escape from reality in a way. It's a source of pleasure at its essence, at its core, but it brings something to our day that we didn't have before, and they're wonderful. All of that aside though, games for the producers are even bigger because they pose an opportunity to be something so much bigger, to affect lives around the world. Guys, I still remember Star Wars Battlefront. I still remember it all those years ago, the first one. I'm not talking about the newer ones. I still remember the old Lego games that I played back when I was a kid. I still remember all of these games. The first time I played and then eventually beat Halo Reach, that'll never leave me. These are stories that were amazing. These were great games that stuck with me and will continue to live with me for the rest of my life. As I said in one of my recent videos, again, every time it gets cold outside, I think about Mass Effect. That's special. And you don't get that with Dragon Age Veilguard. You get that with great games. So guys, I officially award Hogwarts Legacy title of great game. So yes, it may be 2 years later, and yes, the controversy may has moved on from Hogwarts Legacy and on to somewhere else. Nevertheless, it still went through hell, and it still did very well. Oh, that works. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Now, there has been rumors about a Hogwarts Legacy 2 coming up, and the company has even said that a Hogwarts Legacy 2, because of the sales of the first one, is a high priority. So guys, need I say more? This game's amazing. Though it went through hell, it still did well. Well, what do you guys think? I'm not gonna lie, Hogwarts Legacy is absolutely fantastic. Again, besides the whole, repetitiveness, and sometimes it's kind of goofy because you can, walk out of a classroom and then go kill just off campus, a million different spiders that could kill you, and you're using magic, and then walk into class as if none of that's illegal or whatever, or the whole curse thing. Oh my gosh, guys. And then you can just walk right back into class as if nothing happened. Besides all of that stuff, guys, the game's amazing. It is at its core an RPG. It is what we have lost. It is Baldur's Gate nailed this. It's just an RPG, guys. We do it. Now, again, there are some elements that are lacking from this game that I'm sure they're stepping up and putting into the next game. Like, some of the choices you make don't feel as if they really matter, if that makes sense. That's just a feel that I got from it. But guys, as always, I want to hear from you guys in the comments, so please comment it up. I want to hear every single thing you can possibly imagine about this video. And again, check out the pinned comment and follow me on Twitter or X or whatever, because I'm trying to put more like behind the scenes in my videos up there, so you guys get to see, you know, what's going on, you know, how are these videos made, what, I don't know. I'm actually really excited about it. I love you guys. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and remember, life is short. Play great games. What do you get if you combine the first 3 letters of biology and a homophone of the word where? BioWare. Over the years, BioWare has created a name for itself by making some of the most legendary games on the planet. Mass Effect, Dragon Age, Star Wars KOTOR, and so many more. But these are all older games. Let's face it, nothing BioWare has made